And we're live. Wait, what? What? Hello? Camera? What? What's going on? Oh, come on. Oh, the hype was real, and then I just screwed it on up. Hello? Hello? No? Oh, God. Okay, so camera. Oh, God. Oh, this is just the worst start to a stream ever. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What? Maybe it's this one. Maybe I can just press the button and it resets. Woo! All right, let's go. Let's go. If you didn't have dark vision, you could not see that. And if you play DC20, you probably don't have dark vision because it's actually unique and rare and interesting. Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Decisive throws down a super chat immediately that says, to help with Coach's new camera, a $50 super chat. I probably need to buy some more cords. Hopefully it's not the camera, and I'll just buy some more cords. So, yeah. People, I'm back. We're here. Let's go. And I am back with some massive, maybe the most massive updates freaking ever. Who knew that 0.6 was going to be a doozy? You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about is the attribute overhaul. It's a huge upgrade. It's such an improvement, guys. I'm serious. You okay, Coach? Yes, I'm fine. I had tongue surgery. I'm not going to show you my tongue. There's a little bit of complications, stitches and whatnot, but I'm going to spare you guys the details. Talking was rough, but now I'm good. My wife got me an upgrade for all the everyone always tells me to drink water, and I'm gonna have to do some more than I gotta keep the mouth lubricated. You know, I have to get excited to talk, especially the live streams. I've been worried about this live stream, honestly, because I get so excited and talk so fast. So maybe I'll have to be, you know what I'm saying. But check this out. Boom. We got a new cup. This is my wife got this for me. So yep, here we go. Yeah, it's legit. We're ready. Matthew Heyman says we're lubed up. I guess so. Let's go. Water that tongue. Oh yeah, not sponsored. I should reach out to Stanley and have them sponsor every live stream from here on forward. So yeah, that's a whole barrel of water. Yep, Nico, you are right. Yeah, so Luis, let's go. I love the little heart emoji. What's up, everybody? So, man, we got, oh my God, Zounch, Glenn, Bone, Mauser, Hodop, Elk Warrior, Rakdos, Zounch, I love saying that name again. Grand Old Dwarf, let's go. Oh, Rodrigo, Power Hungry, Rakdos, Coral, Al Murray, all the familiar faces coming back out. Kai Solus, we're coming back out to that. We were off a week and now we're back. We're back. Nate's here. Let's go. Pocket Dimension here. Whoever it is, who knows? It's not Fitz. Oh no. Who is it? It's always a mystery. AKA Ironside, Mortals here. Silver, Tabletop, Liam, Ervin. Decisive, of course, is here. Anna. Oh, see, there's Fitz. So now you know it. Now you know it's 100%. Akaris, Iron Wolf. Let's go. Rules and Rulings. Crocodile. Nico, let's go. Mighty Gith. Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen. That's so proper there. Okay. Late fee from Puppet Master. Thank you. We just got started, and Puppet Master's already paying a late fee. So I do pronounce it differently every week. I'm so sorry. Look, it's Baz, guys. Hey, look, it's Baz. That's funny. Raphael, Evan, Slit, Sleepy the Mermaid. Do you know Zoolander? Are you familiar with Zoolander? Merman. All right. So. Oh, there's the wait. Was that 2 super chats? Oh, okay. It's the same one. It's just showing up twice. That's weird. I did get another. Wait. Okay, no. I did get another super chat before the stream even started. So, oh no. If I remember correctly, thank you first of all for the second one. The second one was just a message. But the first one was asking about the daylight spell. Any spell in DC20 that has an area of effect that says it affects all creatures. That's including allies. It's in DC20. There's not going to be these like, oh, I just cast this spell that would make no sense for my allies to not benefit. Yeah, it's gonna hit your allies, right? So most spells, unless it says otherwise, do hit your allies. So this blinding flash of light, yeah, that hits your allies, right? Unless you have special features or you're a sorcerer or other certain special mechanics. Yeah, like I could see a cleric subclass where you don't no longer allies within. You can always protect the allies, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's going to be the answer to that question. So there you go. Appreciate you. Rakdos Gaming, glad to hear you're doing well. Are you going to GaryCon? Keep up the great work. I am not going to GaryCon. I am not going to GaryCon. From where the games, from where the amount of things that I'm having to do for DC20 at that time, it's a big and expensive, because I don't gain, there's nothing like oh, I'm going to go speak, or they paying me to go speak in a panel or anything like that. So it's all just nothing. It's a big expense, big chunk of time, and DC20 just needs all the attention I possibly can give it, especially if we're hitting that Kickstarter when we are. So not going to be a GaryCon, not going to be a GaryCon Rakdos. Complications, did Sarah say the doc to stitch your tongue and make you have a break? Oh, yeah, stitch it down so I can I can't talk at all. No. I talk too much is the problem. I talk too much, and yeah, then I kind of set myself back a little bit. But I should have just shut up. Shocking that I made things worse by talking too much. It's what I do. It's okay. Our friend-iversary. Oh my God, you're so right. That's funny. Then I'm not going either. Oh dang. First of all, I appreciate that you going was the connected to me in any way. So I appreciate that. Also, drinking out of a straw kind of hurts because of the role your tongue plays in drinking out of straws. Anyway, all right, so here is spells hit allies. Perfect. Water Wizard. I think you are an evil character. I think you like that for not good reasons. So here's the rundown of how this is going to work. I have some big updates for you guys, and I'm going to do some updates. And we'll see how many updates you guys want me to do, and when we shift over into the Q&A. I have two big updates I'm going to throw down, and then I will let you guys choose if we do another update or go to Q&A. We'll have a little vote for it, right? So Gordon, dang it, man. Fitz, dang. Okay, lay it on us. Let's go. We're ready. So attribute overhaul is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about attribute overhaul. I'm going to talk about something new with dynamic attack saves and how they're going to work. It's super smooth. And then I'll do some Q&A stuff. So massive updates. Okay. And also how this is going to work. I'm going to do this update in a structure almost like a video. I'm going to, and this might even be the video that goes on YouTube, right? So I'm going to do it all in one setting, and then feedback, and then I'm going to get the feedback from the people, right? In fact, how I'm going to probably do it is I'm going to do one thing at a time, one section of the attribute overhaul at a time, and then go to the chat and see what y'all think. So any super chats done during this, I'm going to answer after. I promise. My moderators, the only questions I'm taking right now while I'm doing the update is questions from super chats. So moderators, grab those super chats and grab those questions. Not taking questions yet, regular questions that is, yet, until we get through the updates, because baby, we got some updates. Oh my gosh. Matthew Heyman, hey, my cat is number 8 in the running for America's favorite pet. What? Here's $8 hoping we can win and we get 10K. Imagine the DC swag I could buy. Matthew Heyman, you have a cat that's in the running for America's favorite pet. That's wild. In the pet cat category. Oh my gosh, I'm going to Google that. That's insane. And thank you, Matthew Heyman. I wish you the best. That's great. And then Coral. Oh my gosh. Coral coming in with $100 super chat. What? Looking for, oh my gosh. I totally forgot to reset the stream goal. So give me 1 second. So we had 8, 10, 5, 50, 5, 5, 3. Okay, cool. You know what? That's perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, so our super chats are like 150. Our super chats are 150. So I'm going to go in and reset it, and then we'll be all up to date, because last week's all combined with this week, and it's all merging together. God dang it! I didn't get in here fast enough to press all the reset buttons, so it's all crazy. There we go. I think it's up to date now. Is it up to date now? I don't know. Saving, and maybe it doesn't update live. Who knows? Anyway, how the goals work is if we hit the goal, then I'm going to give away copies of DC20's Alpha and all the updates to the Alpha, and it's different checkpoints. I give away even more stuff, including a seat at the table, all that kind of stuff. So, it updated. Okay, cool, sweet. Done. So whatever this is, plus 150 is going to be, or I think 170 is going to be what the super chat is. So if we hit the halfway point, I give away a seat at the table for a giveaway of playing DC20 with me as your Dungeon Master. And if we hit 1,000, I do a massive lore dump, which is absolutely huge now because of all the lore of DC20 that I've been fleshing out because I'm starting my campaign this next week. So heck yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. And Matthew Heyman, your life is wild. It's from what we've talked about and times we've hung out in chats. That makes sense. That checks out. That's wild. And then Coral says though, looking forward to PvPing in DC20. Those fools won't see my spells coming. When you turn on the party when they least expect it. Oh, that's funny. Do it. Anyway, that's my info Palpatine. All right, so here's how it's gonna go. Let me kick it back in. Let me kick it back into high gear. Okay, cool. We got attributes. We got this. And here we go. All right. So, first of all, let me preface this for you guys in the live stream. The attribute overhaul was a much needed thing. In fact, you know what? I might as well just go ahead and turn that part into the video too. So here we go, and then I'm going to come back to the chat. So I'm going to talk to everybody about this. Moderators, grab questions from the super chats, and then I'll come back to the chat after each of these little updates and stuff. So, Galaxy Knight, you already have a video, right? By your count. What? Oh, sweet. Evan already did the math. Love it. There we go. Perfect. I'll add that to the end. All right. So here we go. So did that look good? Did that look like I actually swiped my face? Anyway, what am I doing? All right, here we go. DC20 attribute overhaul. This is a big, huge, exciting thing. It's something that's been in the works. It's something that I've known about the attributes, and I just really wanted all the attributes in DC20 to line up right, to feel right. And the goal overall is to have every attribute matter in some way across the game, and when you take a step back, be overall balanced. Yes, I know, over the 3 pillars of the game: combat, exploration, social encounters. So charisma, for example, very strong in social encounters. Not really as strong as much in exploration, unless you were talking to people, but then that brings us back to here. And then charisma in combat is terrible, right? So I'm trying to address that problem with one of these updates. And then on the other hand, might, the strength attribute, your athletics and stuff. Might, very good in combat, very, very good. Gives you health. It's heavy armor bonuses, all that kind of stuff. Yes, very important for those tanky boys. But then might and exploration, not too bad. Athletics checks come up decently. You have moving boulders from stuff, of course. But then in social encounters, might is okay. Well, you got intimidation, and you can intimidate somebody social, so it's okay, but it shines in combat. So the big picture is I want all 4 attributes, and it's much easier to do this in DC20 because you only have 4 attributes. I want all attributes to be balanced and to be equally exciting to go get. And another problem in DC20 originally in the first version, 0.5 and before, was if you were a physical martial class and you had might and agility, you didn't really care about intelligence or charisma, apart from roleplay reasons, apart from those types of things, exploration, other things like that. The actual skills and saves involved with that, other than the skills and saves, checks and saves that you would make, it didn't really matter that much. And I think that's a problem. I think when you make a character, I want it to be an exciting opportunity of choices where you get this or you get that. Which one do you want? Interesting choices. I think that's very important. And at the same time, whenever you're a spellcaster, you chose intelligence or charisma because you needed to choose intelligence or charisma because it was tied to your mana. You had a mana bonus equal to the higher of your 2 mental stats. So you had to choose those, and then now once you chose one of the 2 of them, the other one didn't really matter to you at all, and the other 2 stats kind of did because you needed health and stuff, but you probably always chose agility because agility gave you health and armor, and it was a one-stop shop for everything, and you didn't care about might at all. So there was just some general problems. I knew this at the creation of the game, and I wanted to get it in you guys' hands and let you play it, and after doing a whole bunch of stuff, I have these 4 characters in my head that I've always continuously made and remade over and over again, and this has been the best time where it's felt perfect, honestly. So here is the attribute overhaul with that out of the way. The first thing to talk about is mana pools for those spellcasters. I don't think it's fair in the rules currently where martial classes have stamina, that's their resource. Spellcasters have mana, that's their resource. Martial classes just get their stamina, straight up. It's on their table, they get stamina. Boom, that's it. Super simple, right? They just straight up get stamina. So they get 1, right? Done. But spellcasters, on the other hand, they have to bake it into a mental attribute. So now you have to choose an attribute, mental attribute, intelligence, or charisma. That's now being changed. So now, from this point forward in 0.6, spellcasters' mana is tied to their prime modifier. Oh my gosh, it's tied to their prime modifier. So now you don't have to be intelligence or charisma. Pick one of the two of them. You have to so you actually can choose freely between all 4 of them. And you don't even have to choose between the 4 attributes. It's just your highest attribute is your prime modifier. So your prime modifier, which is always going to be 3 in general, that's your mana bonus. So you have a 3 mana bonus and plus the 3 you get from your class. So now all mana, all characters, when they start out, assuming your prime modifier is 3, which it should be, your mana is just 6. It's just 6 straight up, and that's it. If you start to multi-class and do other things, that's why prime's still connected to it. So if a martial only character dips into spell casting and picks up a little spell casting feature, they get their prime bonus in mana. Right? Oh, nice. Good. We're good. Nice. This works. This is good. So now it's just a bit more fair across the board. Now, there we go, guys. I'm going to kick it back in over here. I'm going to kick it right here. And now we're back. What do y'all think? All right, so this is the goal of what I'm talking about here. I'm shifting back to live stream mode now. This is the go. Let's go. Mana tied to prime. Yes, mana to prime works. Let's freaking go. Yeah, clever. Great change. Love it. Love it. Love it. Look, it's Baz as an oracle. Oh my God, did Baz say this? If mana stamina to prime so you can get it early enough. Look, it's Baz. Dude, Baz called it. That's so funny. That's funny. Some username. What a strange name to call you when I said that out loud. Strange username. I'm going to do it. I have the whole thing I'm going to show on the screen of all attributes and what they do. So I totally got you on that for sure. Right? Heck yeah. All right. Let's load it back up and then I got to talk about might. I might talk about might. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, so back to I almost forgot. Bang. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Mana to prime. Yeah, exactly. Wait. My is very happy about this mana. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just gonna be better. It's gonna be more fun for character creation. Open up more things than the way that the intent was. All right, back to it. Might now. Might as an attribute is important for specific people. People that want to wear heavy armor, people that want to throw things far. Might is a good attribute for those types of things, but I also want might to be able to not have the same problems it did in D&D, where strength as an attribute is not the best in general. Right now, in DC20, might is in a very good spot. It's tied to health and all those things. So now, the best way I can phrase this is the new health formula. Health in DC20 used to be a base of 4 plus agility plus might. That was the original formula. And then you also have some bonuses from your class and or ancestry features. But the core base of the health formula was 4 plus agility plus might. And you also, yes, you would subtract, right? If that happens. Now, the new shiny health update in 0.6 is a base of 5. 1, that helps things across the board. It brings up the minimum for the squishy boys, right? The people who dump the physical stats and all that kind of stuff. It brings that up just 1 notch because people, if they made characters that were a little bit super slanted towards squishy, died a little bit faster than I would like as far as the minimum health of the game. So now, boom, 5 is the base, and that's also just honestly a nicer number for the base of a number. Anyway, so 5 is the base as far as your base health goes, plus might. That's it. It's just 5 plus might. No more agility. Agility is no longer added to your health pool. In general, it was kind of more of, this makes more sense for might to be the one that adds to your health. Might is the equivalent of constitution in DC20. Might adds to your health, no longer agility. In general, it was kind of a stretch for agility to be adding there anyway. The lore of it would be that you're able to dodge things more, and it's just the overall physical added to it. But what starts to happen, if you don't realize, is if mana is tied to your if mana is tied to both of your mental stats and health is tied to both of your other stats, then you end up in this weird scenario where you just pick one of the two of the, like I have to pick one physical and one mental. I have to pick one of this and one of that. Now that's all gone, and you truly can create a character in the way that you want, and you don't feel these like I have to have to do this or that. So now agility is standalone. I'm going to phase into agility real quick. Agility, if you didn't notice in this last update, got upgrades to your jump distances based on agility, fall damage is based on agility. It is truly the moving nimble stat. Dexterity in D&D is the strongest stat by far, right? So it's not hard for it to fall into a nice good place in DC20 as far as agility goes. Agility also governs your light armor, and so it's entirely your light armor, and every single class in the game can use light armor, and most classes in the game are light armor based. So agility is going to be your literal physical defense, right? So agility is in a great spot, and now might is in a great spot because it's the only one that has health. So your health formula also gets a little bit more simple. 5 plus might. Done. And yes, this does bring the health down a little bit, but those extra points are now going to be sprinkled back into some of the other classes, and classes are going to give a little bit more health than maybe they did before. And ancestry bonuses are still going to happen in the first place. Boom. That's the next one, guys. That's the next one. That's the physical one. What do y'all think of that? What do y'all think of that? Right? 5 plus might. Uh-oh. Let's go. Uh-oh. Let's go. It sounds similar to Star Wars RPG. I see everybody keeps talking about Star Wars RPG. I need to look into that. Cap is 8 at the start. So yeah, 5. The cap is technically 13. If you do the best, if you wanted to max out a health in DC20, you would do 5 for the base health, 3 for might, that brings you to 8. You would do an ancestry that gives you there's an ancestry trait called tough, and it gives you 1 health. And then you would be a barbarian. Wait, I'm missing something. 5. Oh, 2 times your character level. You also add 2 times your character level. Oh, I should say that. I need to go back and say that. You add 2 times your character level. So that would be boom, boom. That's 11. And then barbarian would bring you to 12, 13 as a barbarian. Right. So let me go. I need to go back and fix that. Remind me to do that because I don't want to say the wrong thing in my own freaking video. And then pretty good. Look at what concerns. Full mental type, you're really squishy. Actually concerned if you want to be a full mental type, you're really squishy. No. So in general, that's also why the base is now 5, and you get plus half you get 2 per level and all that kind of stuff. And so when you take the big picture of a base of 5 plus half your level, plus 2 times your level, so plus 2 health every single level, and plus from possibly ancestry, and plus from your class bonuses, which now increase because of the overall health decrease because agility no longer adds. Losing might is not really a big deal for casters at all, especially because you're spellcasters. Are you going to have less health than marshals? Probably. I mean, maybe, I guess, but it's fully a choice, right? If Peter gets into number 1 of this category during the stream, I'll buy someone of the PDF Alpha with coach permission, of course. That's funny, Matthew. Let me know if he does. Let's go, Peter. Cheer on the cat. Let's go. Okay, yes. Hodapa, the Hodapian Dynasty. Another thing that I'll go ahead and drop in this live chat is extremely tough is going to be removed as extremely tough is no longer going to be in the game. One of my players, the player that sits right there, which eventually I guess next when we start playing he's going to sit right there. He's doing an orc-born, giant-born, and he did both, but there is no longer going to be extremely tough in the game as far as ancestries are concerned. The only person that gets extremely tough is Giantborn. Giantborn's extremely tough is changing to tough for that reason. There's no way that you should be able to get 3 hit points from ancestry, because I did not realize when I said you cannot have traits of the same name, I fully thought naming it tough and extremely tough, the intent was that you couldn't have both. But technically they're a different name, so you technically could get both, but that was not the intent. So there's that. And then dump stat, god stat, main problem you have with Constitution. Exactly, Liam. Health tied to one. Wait. So Liam says I don't really like that. Having health tied to one stat turns into an undumpable god stat. That's the main problem. So again, I don't think, especially from every character I've made and every possible thought I've had on characters, the character that sits here at the table absolutely dumped might, and he has 6 health. So he has 1 from an ancestry, and then he has the rest of it. So he has 6 health. I think that's absolutely fine. 6 health in DC20, you're good. You have a -3 threshold for death. That's 9 hit points worth of damage. In D&D, characters have around 10 or so hit points, and in DC20, the damage dealt is about a third, 3.5 times less. So I think it's absolutely, totally fine. So yeah, I see that rules and rulings. I'm so hyperbolic. Oh, that's funny. Other 3 stat changes. Yeah, so agility doesn't have any changes apart from that it no longer adds health, because agility was becoming a just obvious instant stat for all spellcasters to have to choose. So also another thing to Liam's thing is if might's the only one. Well, I would contend if might and agility both give health, then why on earth would a spellcaster ever choose might? They just straight up wouldn't. If you're trying to min-max, you just never would choose might, literally ever. You would always choose agility. That's no longer a choice. That's now lame. Now, as a spellcaster, if you choose whatever sort of intelligence, charisma, whatever you're choosing, right? What do you want to do? Do I want agility, or do I want might? Do I want health, or do I want physical defense? Shoot now. It matters. It's a choice. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, and then, because yes, health being tied to might makes might strong, so I don't think we have the other things fully do. Oh yeah, I gotta talk intelligent charisma. Because intelligent charisma are the ones that get buffs and stuff. So, so here we go. Let's go back to it, and then we will kick it back in. So let me see. I'm caught up on super chats. I am caught up on super chats. Wait. Oh, hold up. Joe M, makes sense to me. My friend likes to min-max. Any concepts or comforts with people like that? Concerns? No, I mean, I love my min-maxers. At my table, I got 2 min-maxers, and they're legit, right? Love them to death. Shoot, if whenever I play, I try and min-max it. I min-max a character, I make it, and then I role play the hell out of them. So I'm all over the place. Joe M, late fee because I'm late. Oops. That's funny. And then hold up. What? Gotta at least match Coral's donation for the very big stream. Very hyped for the update. Can't wait for more. I gotta refresh for that one. Let's go. Wow. Dude, thanks, Hodop. That's next level. Okay. So, speaking of update, I feel a hype, so let's get back into it. So yeah, we're gonna circle back to the health formula here too. Okay. Cool. Time out. Hold up. My health formula is 5, and yes, plus might. That was the change for agility. Might the formula I forgot. Character level, 2 times your character level. Another thing to reference here is if people are concerned about, oh, might's too strong now. One stat having all the health in one stat. Oh no. But the big picture here is 5 as a base plus might, which is a maximum of 3, minimum of -2. So there's a little window there of fluctuation, right? But you also add 2 times your character level. So technically the base health of a level 1 adventurer is 7. 7 plus bonuses from your class, which is now more because the overall health and loss from agility is being sprinkled into the class bonuses, plus potential ancestry bonuses put in there that you can choose based on what ancestries you have. And then that is now the base health, which is around 8, 9, 10-ish, right? As far as fluctuation there. And then you put in might into that. So you can get a maximum of 13 health and a minimum of 5 health if you absolutely nerf everything down to the ground. Minimum of 5 health. If you take nothing from your class, nothing from your ancestry, -2 in might, purposely putting a -2 in might, which you are choosing that. You have many, many ways to not have -2 might. And then I think that's fine. You wanted to choose to play a 5 health character and you're a glass cannon, go for it, baby. Let's go. I love to see it. And keep in mind, death's door threshold in DC20 is 3, so you actually have a little bit more of a range there before you die. So anyway, so there's that. There's the big picture of the physical attributes, which are the main ones that have been little tweaks and adjustments. But really, what I'm excited for are the mental attributes, intelligence and charisma. They have been the ones to not shine in combat. They don't shine in combat for marshals at all, and they don't shine in combat for spellcasters either, especially now that mana is tied to your prime modifier. Why do casters care about intelligence or charisma? Now, there's lots of reasons. The core part of the game has to do with concentration checks, and there's some other things. At the end of this video, I'm going to put a whole thing where I show you exactly what each stat does and contributes towards, so you can see truly the big picture for each of the 4 stats and be like, dang, I think they're pretty balanced. And if you don't, let me know, leave it in the comments what you think I could throw down there. So here we go. Next thing up is intelligence. Intelligence, I have a homebrew for this, an Alcander's Almanac for this, and if you see it coming, what now the new benefits is for intelligence. There are 2 of them. One comes in the future, one's happening right now. Intelligence. You gain a bonus number of skill points equal to your intelligence. That is a great homebrew for D&D. I've used it all the time. It was a thing I had in my mind for this, but I wanted to hold on to it till I did the attribute overhaul. I didn't want to put it out too soon. This is now the time for it. You gain a bonus number of skill points equal to your intelligence. So, and it's going to be part of your background. Your background gives you 5 skill points. That formula is now going to be 5 plus intelligence. Yes, you do subtract. I'm sorry, if you want to dump intelligence, then you're going to eat into those 5 base skills. So if you have an intelligence of -2, yes, that's going to be 5 minus 2, you have 3. If you have 5 and no intelligence, cool, you still have 5. And if you're an intelligence person, you got all the intelligence, you want to max out intelligence, that's your prime stat, oh my gosh. You got 8, baby. You got 8 skills to put in wherever you want. I freaking love it, right? It was so cool to see that addition and, extra skills. You want to be a fighter? You want to be an intelligence fighter, battlefield tactician? Well, yeah, you're going to have points and skills to put everywhere you want. And you can also, another little update here is, this is just a quality of life update. It just came into my head now, so I'm going to say it here. You can also trade in a skill point. Trade in a skill point for a trade point. So 1 skill point, you can convert 1 skill point into 1 trade point and spend it on trades if you would like. Also keep in mind, you can convert 1 trade point into 3. You can convert 1 trade point into 2 language points and put those into languages as well. Which also, languages are updated. They only have 2 levels now. That's probably another thing in another video. But intelligence now has a little bit more oomph and punch for character creation, and it matters a little bit more. Ignorance is bliss. What do we got? Ignorance is bliss. Oh, for the non-intelligence people. Let's fix it soon. Fitzy. Who's Fixie's fixing what? Who's fixing what? Grand Old Dwarf, love this change to ant. Yep, makes sense. Beautiful. Let's go. Your dad's Gordon. He won the giveaway. He says, hi. Electric Shield. Let's go. That's awesome. This is extreme. I love it. This is for the game you're making, right? Yes, this is for DC20. All the updates for DC20. Heck yeah. When is 0.6 coming out? We have estimates. We do not have estimates. I've purposely tried to not give updates to this because a great example is if I said an update. This is a perfect example. Thank you for asking this, Hodop. If I were to have said a release date for 0.6, none of these changes would make it into 0.6. And the game's going to be in so much better of a place because I'm just letting the game evolve. I'm constantly working on it day in, day out, every day, making classes. 3 new classes are going to be released in the update. And I thought that was going to be the update, was 3 new classes. And then, new campaign starts, attributes, and all these different things are being added. So yes. Lots of stuff. So now, back to it. Let me finish up the attribute overhaul, and then we will look at the big picture of everything. So yes, let's go. All right. Last up is charisma. Oh man, this was the hardest one. Not gonna lie, this was the hardest one, and this is also the one that I want the most feedback on. So leave me down in the comments. I'm also gonna put a YouTube community poll that I want to get polls on of what do you think about grit as a charisma score. I'm gonna tie it to a video. I'm gonna make a vote poll about it. Really want to know. So charisma is absolutely useless in combat. Oh, dang, right? Now, yes, there's communication and talking to people, and you can try and persuade your way out of things. Yes. Also, a little flashback to intelligence. I said there's 2 things. Each intelligence got 2 upgrades, and charisma gets 2 upgrades. One of them is happening right now, and the other one happens in the future. For intelligence, there's going to be a thing. It's called Recall Knowledge. Pathfinder does this, where you can make an intelligence check to learn information about a creature. That's going to be in DC20. It already is technically. It's just going to get fleshed out a little bit more in the future. And then for charisma, there is a morale system. There's NPCs have patience, morale, other things. Matt Colville actually released a system that is very, very similar in intent as far as having mechanics behind the scenes for NPCs. Also, Alcanar's Almanac, which came out before that, and also, by the way, Alcanar's Almanac has a persuasion system for NPCs that is a influence as far as ways to be able to sliding scale them and interact with them. That's going to happen, and there's going to be some instances of that's applicable in combat towards NPCs. Breaking their morale, having enemies give up and run away, that type of stuff will be able to be done through interactions socially, so charisma will shine there in that way, but that's not true combat. So, what is the big, huge update for charisma? here we go. You get a number of grit points equal to your charisma score. So if you have a charisma of 3, you get 3 grit points. If you have a charisma of 1, you get 1 grit point. If you have 0 or none or negatives, whatever, you don't get any grit points. Now, the question is, what is a grit point, right? Yes, grit's back, baby. Grit is back. Is that going to be what the thumbnail says? I don't know. Grit is that. Also, another thing, charisma saving throws, charisma in general, charisma in combat has to do with force of will, right? Intelligence is your mind, like literally the brain floating around in your skull. It's your mind, your thoughts, your intelligence, everything, your memories and stuff like that. Those are like intelligence saves. Charisma is your soul. It's that force of will. You get up and you keep going. That's going to be grit points, baby. So grit points, what do grit points do? Here's what grit points do. Grit points, you can use a grit point to give yourself advantage on a save. Oh, baby. You are getting knocked down, you get right back up, baby. Let's go. You have a save that happens against you. You don't have to spend action points to do this. You spend a grit point. So let's just say we'll use a charisma-based character for this example, just because we can. So if you have a 3 in charisma, you can give yourself advantage on a save. Bam, let's go. Get back up and let's keep fighting. Now, here's another thing. Charisma, I see charisma as a force of will. Within your own self, the grit aspect of it, and your party members. You are so inspiring and charismatic to your party members, they also get that grit. Get up! This is able to be, I just got chills. You're able to role play this across the battlefield. Look at your allies and they make eye contact with you and you give them that nod and they push through something. They're caught under a rock about to get crushed by it. They're like, they catch your eyes and you give them that nod and they fight back through it. So yes, you can spend grit points to give advantage to allies that can see or hear you. It's not just magically across the world. They have no idea. If they can see or hear you, right? You can spend grit points to grant your allies advantage on saves. This is not a reroll. You're not re-rolling. No. It slows down the game. I hate reroll mechanics. This is giving advantage against saves for yourself or allies that you can hear you. Now, the caveat to this, you regain grit points on a long rest, so you can't just spam them all the time. This only happens in combat, is when your back's against the wall and you're pushing it. This is the only time where grit points are active is during combat, and you can't use multiple. You can only use 1 grit point per save, whether it be from yourself or allies. So there are a specific way to use them. So it's not overpowered in its application to where you can just use grit points left, right, and center and do all these different things with grit points, and it's a full-blown mechanic and it's like a subclass mechanic. It's actually not it's not really a full-blown mechanic. It's a very simple mechanic about a very specific thing of saves. And I think this also, I'm going to say this because I know people are going to be in the comments saying this already. Oh, this steps on the toes of Bard and Warlord. Oh no, it steps on the toes of the help. No, keep this in mind. The help action in DC20 isn't advantage, and the help action doesn't apply to saves at all. It applies to checks specifically. So it definitely doesn't have to do with the help action, because that's actually a help die that you roll a D8 and stuff for. Nothing to do with advantage. And Bards and Warlords don't have this mechanic. They don't have a advantage on saves type of situation. So that doesn't it exactly doesn't step on toes. The Bard gets to inspire and role play through the different things the Bard can do. They have magical performances they can perform. They have auras of magic around them. They can help their help actions extended. The Bard is going to feel absolutely fine, whatever they choose, because you don't have to choose charisma as a Bard. You can be an intelligence Bard. You can be an agility Bard, an agility dancer Bard. Whatever you want to do, you're going to be fine as a Bard. You don't have to choose charisma. Same for the Warlord. You could choose a might-based Warlord, heavy armor. You're a general of the battlefield. You're commanding people around. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying about grit points. Now, I say, a Bard that does charisma or a Warlord that does charisma and has these points, even more Bard-like, even more Warlord-like. Heck yes, right? I love that. I love the roleplay aspects of what you could do with that in those two classes. But now let's take those two classes, push them aside. What if you're a fighter? What if you're a fighter on the front lines and you are a charisma-based fighter? You look across and now you can kind of role play a leader, an emotional support leader, a commanding force on the battlefield, pushing forward leader, pushing yourself forward. You could also role play purposes. I have a player here that's a rogue. They have a 1 in charisma, and they're like, what would this, like, I don't know if my character would be able to like cheer on others. I was like, sweet. then don't use your grit points for anyone but yourself. And that's a beautiful role play connection of how you use grit points. She's like, I don't really see it. I mean, yeah. So then this 1 point of charisma is basically once per long rest, you can give yourself advantage on a save. And in DC20, advantage is not as like precious of a resource compared to D&D. There's lots of different ways that you can get advantage. So this is not some sort of like broken game mechanic that, oh, now everyone has to have charisma. Oh my God. It's also less punishing because you can have a negative in charisma and you don't have negative grit points. You know what I mean? So it fits a perfect balance, and I really am excited about it. I know it's a little bit out there, and I do know, yes, it's a resource technically, because now it's a resource I have to track. The character sheet will be updated. There will be a spot for your grit points. It's going to be nice and simple to keep track of. But I think this is a nice little boost for role play of characters who aren't bards and warlocks, bards and warlords, to be able to role play that charisma on the battlefield, whether it's within themselves. And I'm a rogue. I don't think I have a connection with the rest of the party yet. I'm only going to use it on myself. Cool. But what if that rogue connects with another player? And what if that rogue through role play, and we're about to start the campaign, they now have a connection. And now they do, for the first time, use that grit point. You come on, stay alive. You got this. Let's go. That's so cool. That's so cool. So there's grit points. Guys, I'm so excited. I see Tripmunk in here too. I see you, Chris. I see you sneaking around. Tripmunk, I see you. Gordon Tripmunk's here. Hodop. Oh, see, okay. He's just saying hi, everybody. See, I love seeing other content creators know my audience too. That's what's up. Everybody say what's up to Tripmunk. I missed the first hour. I'll go back and watch later. Let's go. Hey, Tripmunk, dude. This is the one to watch. If there's one to watch, every time I turn this stuff off, that's whenever I'm talking about like rules updates and stuff. So if you want to fast forward and rewind or whatever, later on, you can catch up quicker that way. So heck yeah. So what are y'all's thoughts on grit? It is a different system. It is out there. It's new. It's innovative. I think it's pretty awesome. And Wheeler 777, Bard is my favorite class to play, but I never use inspiration or healing. Not my job. Exactly. Don't do it. Don't worry about it, dude. Bards in DC20, man, you could go be an agility bard and cast all your spells and do all your stuff. Don't have to heal. Don't have to inspire nobody. You don't have to use the help action. You're so good, bro. That's so funny, Wheeler. That's funny. And then what else we got? Okay, did I miss anything else? I was really going on a rant there. That was deep in the weeds of that rant. About time. Do like your saves. Okay. The chat just caught up. Okay. Will grit cost an action point to use? No, grit does not cost an action point to use. Heck no. There's that. Bard's favorite class to play. Oh, yeah, and we're back. We're up to date. Grit sounds fantastic. I got the green light from freaking Chris here, y'all. Let's go. All right, cool. I'm looking forward to see you guys playing it out, seeing how it plays and all that kind of stuff. So now let me show you this. I'm going to kick it over here. I should probably do this one. No, this one. No, this one. No, this one. No. Oh, I need to do this. Whoop. There we go. All right. So now this is what I'm talking about right here. I'm going to kick it back in here. So I'm going to give one final update, and then we're going to go to the last big update and see what's going on there. All right, cool. Can you send 2 grit to gain ×2 advantage? No. One of the rules, I know I threw out a lot of rules at once. You can only gain one advantage from 1 grit point at a time, whether it be from yourself or others. You can't have you spend all of your grit points and then everyone gives all of their grit points to, you know what I'm saying? It's just one. It's not something that you can stack about that, right? And then, video folders. Yeah. That's funny. And then triggered when somebody else can see here as a save. Look, it's bad. It's great way to describe it. Yep. How does negative charisma affect grit? It does not. There's no negative grit points. So if you have negative charisma, then you have a super terrible charisma save, which I think is terrifyingly scary because possession mechanics are charisma based, and all your social skills are going to be trash, right? There you go. And then cool. All right. So now here's how I'm going to throw this down. Let me do this last little bit of thing here. And then I'll throw the last update out, and then I'll do questions. Okay, here we go. Man, there's so much to talk about, y'all. So much to talk about. So here is the update of every single attribute, what it does. Might adds to HP, green means it's different than before, and all of this is what it already was. Might checks and save, encumbrance, which is not in the game yet, throwing distance, how far you can throw stuff, grappling, might requirements on heavy weapons and armor, and might adds to your heavy armor physical defense. Agility is the same as before. I think agility is in a great spot. Jump distance, fall damage were great upgrades to agility. Getting out of grapples, your light armor, which is pretty much the physical defense for all classes. Very important. Agility weapons, range weapons, and special weapons and whips have agility requirements. Agility checks and agility saves also important there. And then charisma and intelligence. Now this is the new. There's a little sneak peek of maneuvers. Charisma is now gotten rid of in the red here. Gotten rid of the mana points. Is no longer tied to that way. Charisma adds to your mental defense. Intelligence adds to your mental defense. Also, both of these connect to language checks and maintaining concentration. And charisma checks and saves, we already know about that. Intelligence checks and saves. Now, intelligence also has in discerning illusions, technically. That's another thing I wanted to, I guess, make note of. But then you gain a bonus number of skill points equal to your intelligence, and you recall knowledge and grit number. Oh yeah, this should be green. There we go, grit points. You have a number of grit points like we just talked about. So there's that. And that is the big picture for what each and every attribute does in the big picture. So you can truly see all 4 attributes. What kind of character am I going to make? All right, I want to make a warlord, but which one? Do I want to have skill? Do I want to have? Ooh, they're all so enticing. Which ones do I want? How much do I want to do? Ooh, very interesting. So that's the big update. Another last little thing here too, since it has to do with attributes, is ancestries in DC20. Some ancestries granted a potential attribute increases. So like orcs had an attribute might increase, dwarves had an attribute might increase, elves had an attribute of agility increase, that you could choose to spend 2 ancestry points of the 5. How ancestries work, you have 5 ancestry points, you spend them to gain traits of your ancestry, right? But some of these ancestries, a lot of them had, you could spend 2 points to increase an attribute by 1. All of those are being removed. Humans still get theirs. Humans are the only ancestry in all of the game that will have a 2-point ancestry where you spend 2 points on it and you increase an attribute by 1. That's it. All other attribute increases are being removed from the game. Reason why? They're lame and boring and not flavorful and enticing to the class itself. So if I have an elf and I want to roleplay elf type things and be nimble and connected to nature and all these other things, my eyes can have special properties to do this. Oh no, I want to spend 2 of my 5 points and gain +1 agility. No. A lot of people and whatever you call them min-maxers or whatever, it's fine. People are trying to make optimized characters. I love it. Go for it. Let's do it, right? But I don't want people to be like, oh, sorry, I'm going to take away all these cool, flavorful mechanics that really make me feel like an elf. I want 1 agility. No. So that's now being normalized as well, so that each of the ancestors are going to feel more flavorful, and people can't just be like, oh, I'm going to take 2 points and get a strength from here and 2 points and get a stat from there, and then now I have only 1 point left, I'll get this. And you don't feel like anything. You just had 2 points that you got that are now stat increases for attributes, and then you have 1 point worth of flavor for... No. So anyway, there's the last big update. Let me know what you think. Can't wait to see what you think. Stay creative. Think outside the box. Peace. So there we go. Cool. Oh, I almost pressed the record button like I'm stopping right there. Exactly. Yeah. See, Chris is an optimizer, but I like to see things be flavorful on top of that. So yes, optimize the heck out of your ancestries, but they're not going to be +1 might. +1 agility, you know what I'm saying? Optimize rushing in and gaining temporary hit points. Optimize an intimidating shout. Optimize your dark vision. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Now, let's kick it back over here. And I think I might have missed something. Oh no, Liam, I already got you on that one. And then grit cost action point. No, okay, cool. All right, sweet. So now we're in an interesting spot. We're already getting close to the end of the live stream, and haven't even started the Q&A. So I'm going to give one more update real quick right here, just because I can. This update happened literally hours ago. Also, my tongue is just now starting to hurt. That's interesting. That's it. Hey, I made it through the stream though, y'all. Let's go. Now we push through. Okay, so yeah, so much info for real, and y'all see it early. Y'all see it early too. And a tomato blames Shrimp Monk for giving them a new obsession. Let's go. Shrimp Monk has been a freaking champion of DC20, y'all. Like absolute props, hats off. Dice, nat 20s, whatever sort of tabletop analogy you want to do, has been an absolute champion. So freaking props to you, bro. The new update is dynamic attack saves. Dynamic attack saves in DC20, if you're not familiar, is you roll a D20. Here, let me get my visual aids out here. Oh my God, where are my visual aids? Oh, no. All right, I guess I'll do it right here. I gotta get my purple dice, and I gotta get my DC20 dice. Okay, cool. This is how normally how dynamic attack saves work is if I in DC20 how it works is if I have a spell, we'll use a spell for an example, like a firebolt, super simple. If I have a firebolt spell and I want to shoot you, right, with a firebolt spell, I would make a spell check and it would target your defense. Super simple, right? Spell check versus defense, and I deal damage plus every 5. You get the idea. You know how it works, right? So that's how that works. Now, if I have a spell that's only an effect, I'm going to mind control you. I'm going to command you. I'm going to do some sort of only effect-based spell, right? Has no damage component whatsoever. I make a spell check versus your what? You probably make a save of some kind, a charisma save if we're talking about a possession of some kind, right? I'm taking over your soul, right? You're mine. So I'm going to make a spell check versus your save of some kind, mental save, charisma save, whatever the save is. It's a contest between saves. Boom, boom, versus the saves. I am rolling against your save. Here we go. And if I beat you, then you suffer the effect. If I lose, then you don't suffer the effect. Very simple, right? Now, an interesting spot here came in DC20. If you're not familiar with it, it's called a dynamic attack save. It's a concept that I love, and don't worry, it's not going away. It's just being smoothed out in the sickest way, smoothest way possible. So, literally just happened today. So, if an effect has, and this is the current rule, this is not the new rule, the current rule is if a spell has both damage and an effect, which is a lot of spells, right? Including martials. If a martial swings a hammer and adds the prone condition, right? That would be a dynamic attack save, an attack of damage and a save of an effect all in one bundled swing of the hammer. They're trying to deal damage with a hammer and apply the effect of prone or whatever else it is, right? So let's go back to the firebolt. So I'm shooting a firebolt at you, but I'm going to amp it up with extra magic. I'm going to pump it up more. I'm going to add action points into it, whatever. I'm going to add the burning condition. So now, how it works in the rules as written currently in DC20, I would make an attack roll for the damage, and I'd be targeting your physical defense. And then you would make a save, and your save would target my save DC. So these two dice are being rolled, but they're not going against each other. And maybe you're seeing where the new rule change, where it is going and how much cooler it's going to be. But I would attack your defense. You would save against my save DC, and these two dice never meet. They're never compared against each other in a contest of wills, a contest of dice. See what I'm saying? So I'm attacking your defense. I see if I hit or not. You're saving against my save DC, seeing if you get the effect or not, and that's it. So that led to some interesting times where narratively it kind of was a little, I will admit, it was a little weird sometimes if somebody got a natural 20 or some massively high number on their damage roll, but you succeeded on the save against the burning condition. I'm like, oh, wow. Like they rolled like super minimally, like their save was like, oh, 12. I exactly beat the thing. Okay, you're not burning. But I got a natural 20 on this fire attack against you to burn you. You know what I'm saying? So the new dynamic attack save is going to be much more intuitive, especially for new players. You're not even going to have to describe a dynamic attack save because it's just so goddamn obvious. I don't know why this hasn't been the thing the whole time. I literally had an epiphany, realized this, and was like, we got to change this. So here's how it's going to work. If it's a damage only spell, I make an attack roll, a spell check. I make a spell check against your defense, and I'm attacking your defense, of course. If it's an effect only, like I'm trying to freeze you in place, I'm trying to mind control you, I'm trying to fear you, whatever. It's a spell check versus if there's an effect at play here. Just keep this in mind in 2 seconds. If there's an effect at play, it's a spell check versus your save, and they clash in air, right? So what would make sense is if it's both, and I'm going to shoot fire at you and try and apply the burning condition, I'm going to make a spell check that, yes, targets your physical defense. I'm going to take whatever number I get for this. Let's say it's an 18. I'm going to take this 18 right here, and I'm going to apply this 18. In fact, I'm going to make this real. I'm going to do this. Do I have a note card? Do I have a piece of paper here? Yes, I do. And this is going to be, I'm going to go back to my teacher mode right here. It'd be very visual, right? I have an 18. My spell check, I got an 18 right here, okay? So my 18 spell check is going to be compared against your defense to see if I hit it or not, how much damage I deal, yes. But you're making a save, a dynamic attack save. I attacked you, and there's an effect next to it. You're going to make a save against that 18, baby. You're not going against my spell save DC or my save DC that's a flat number that I can't change no matter how well I do on a roll, no matter how much magic I pump into it, no matter how hard I try into it, none of that matters. It's just against your DC, and that feels bad. So you're going to be attacking the save DC that's unchangeable. So your DC is 12, and there's nothing you can do to like raise it or something to really try and apply an effect. But this number, you can affect this number. You can pour action points to give yourself advantage. You can do stuff here, right? This save is now contested against this number that you rolled on your dice, not your own save DC. So that is now the update for dynamic attack saves. I think that's super exciting, and I'm super excited to just play that way. I think it's way more, so save DCs are still in the game. They 100% still are in the game, but it's for like repeated saves. So if you're like cursed or something, and like you have some sort of lingering effect on you, and you won, like they beat you, you failed your save against their check, and you have this effect on you, right? And you have to make a save at the end of every turn or whatever. You have to make a repeated save that's against their save DC. So that is actually a good reason. You're targeting a very flat, kind of low number. That's fine. You just have to beat that save DC. You're good, right? So yes, it's still good. So there's that, and then done. That's the whole thing. That's the whole shebang, y'all. So now it's already 9:30. That whole update took the entire live stream, so I apologize. So now I'm going to do a rapid fire Q&A. I'm gonna do a rapid fire Q&A right now. I'm gonna set a 5-minute timer. Where's my phone? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna set a 5-minute timer, and we'll see how well this goes. I'm gonna do a live Q&A. I'm gonna do a straight up live Q&A on the pause on all of this. Right, here we go. So I'm gonna do a Q&A so it has to say #question in all caps, and I'll try and answer these things live, and we'll see how quick I can go. And then it'll probably be a perfect time to end it because my tongue's already starting to hurt a little bit. Here we go. Oh, Ted's here. Better late than never. Perfect timing, Ted. You got here for the overtime shot clock. Boom, here we go. What roll do they make against effect spell attacks? It's a save. It depends on the spell. So if you have a spell that is or a martial maneuver, physical save, whatever, it will specifically say the save that you make. So it'll for mind control, it'll be a charisma save. If it's some sort of boulder spell or some sort of earthquake type situation that you can't dodge, that'd be a might save. If it's like a death bolts thing that you could dodge out of the way, it'd be an agility save. If there might be saves attached to it. If it deals damage, it's just going to be an attack straight up at you, right? And the damage component still is going to target the defense. It's the effect that you're trying to save against, right? Is there an inquisitive rogue planned? Right now, as far as rogue subclass goes, I'm gonna say kind of. I'm gonna say kind of as far as that goes. I do like an investigative detective type of situation, but we might do something along the lines where we combine the class fantasy concept of like mastermind with inquisitive and all that kind of stuff. So some of those subclasses are going to get blurred and mixed together. Muscle wizard, you could totally do a muscle wizard, Hector. Jakku, so it's dice roll versus dice roll for the first roll, then save against the flat DC for rolls passed. Yeah. So anytime there's an effect that's being applied, the first time is going to be spell check versus, and you see what happens. And then after that, it's called a repeated save, and the repeated save, the one you keep making until you save, that is against the save DC, the flat number, right? Because I don't want people to be, let's re-roll it every time. That would take way too long. Subclasses from 5 compatible with 5e compatible with DC20? No. I don't want to just copy paste the subclasses from 5e. I think that'd be wildly uncreative, and the massive response from the community has been, don't just copy 5e subclasses. And I fully agree, because if you really go and look at 5e subclasses, I mean, they're kind of lame. A lot of them are just lame. The concepts might be cool and they give you abilities and stuff, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just like, this is all you get? What? Like, what? Come on. So the class fantasy is going to be there, but it's just going to be done in the best way I possibly can. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to try not to miss any questions. Could you make a super tanky wizard with previously discussed changes? Super tanky might wizard. You could totally make a might wizard. You could make a might wizard, yeah. Like, you could make a wizard that studied how to like it's a strong, solid wizard that's like maybe you could roleplay it as a battle mage, but you are competent and capable and strong in battle. You have a high amount of health. You don't care about, I gotta stay far back there. Like, wizards have arcane sigils they put on the ground, and you're like, I'm gonna stand my ground here, baby. Let's go. You throw that arcane sigil down, and you freaking tank. Maybe you pick up the shield cantrip, and you're gonna actually tank as a wizard. Like, let's go. Yeah, that would make sense. You're a strong adventurer that happens to be arcane in nature. Sure. Just like you can have a strong adventurer that happens to be roguish. You know what I'm saying? So you're an adventurer. You're a strong adventurer and you're a wizard. You're not going to get any bonuses from that. But if you pick an ancestry that has some health on it too, freaking play a wizard. Make a protection, school of magic protection wizard, might based, have it be a giant born. Holy shit, that's a cool freaking guy right there. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Whoo! And let me keep going. I'm getting caught up on these questions. Bard and Warlock are dropping in 0.6. Subclasses, yep. Okay, cool. Oh gosh, I got behind. Oh gosh. Okay, I have to get caught up on. Oh wait, am I still? Okay, we're still going. I'm gonna get caught up on the super chats after. Would you consider applying intelligence to a number of spells, techniques, maneuvers known? No, Brian. I went down that rabbit hole, and it would feel super terrible to have intelligence give you bonus skills and bonus spells and bonus cantrips and bonus maneuvers and bonus techniques. I want that to be class-based. I don't want you to have to play an intelligence character just to be able to have spells and be able to play the game. Like, I don't want to gate it behind that. Extra skills? Sure. But I don't want to like make you jump through the intelligence hoop just to be able to do that, right? I want to see more Tripmunk says, I want to see more refinement of the current system than adding new classes, subclasses at this point of the process. Wait, I want to see more refinement of the system than exactly, yeah. So Tripmunk, the originally I was planning on having 5 classes. There's gonna be 5 classes released in this: the Cursed, the Artificer, all that stuff. I cut the Cursed and Artificer from this release, and then the Bard and Warlock and Druid were already in development. They're already getting closer to being released, so they're just now being finished. I do think Bard and Druid and Warlock, honestly, is an important part of the spellcasters. Also, if y'all haven't noticed, there are far more marshals in DC20 than there are spellcasters. There's the timer. So I needed to get the rest of the spellcasters out there, and I wanted to get the full picture of all the classes so that the design space is clear and established, so then we can push them all forward and we're not eating up the design space and like, oh, I did some cool features for this. Oh shoot, that should have been for Druid. I wish we had that made there. But this 0.6 document is going to have just as many rule updates and rule refinements than any of them. In fact, maybe some of the bigger ones because of this attribute overhaul, maneuvers overhaul, techniques overhaul, dynamic attack saves. A lot of classes are getting some tweaks and quality of life changes. The sorcerer's getting a big buff. There's gonna be a lot of stuff like that. So let me get caught up on the super chats. Peter's number 1 cat. Peter's number 7 cat in America. Let's go, Matthew Heyman. Who can say that, dude? Like, who can say that? You know what I'm saying? That's wild, Matthew. Congratulations, bro. And then question, Goblin lore. When? I must have it. That is funny. That is cool. That is gonna come out more and more soon. I will say, because Hodop super chatted it, I will say that goblins have an interesting relationship or connection to gnomes. And if you think about it, gnomes like tinkering and small kind of fiddling with things, and goblins kind of like to do a little fiddling with things. Goblins have a little bit of a larger head. Gnomes have a little bit of a larger head. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I've said too much. Liam, will attunement and item rarity be used? Rules be out before the Artificer? Yeah, that's another reason why the Artificer is not coming out, because attunement and item type rules are not out yet, and that's going to come out with the Artificer. So yes, that's another reason why that those are connected. Are you going to revisit Sorcerer's Spellbreak? Yes. Iron Wolf, 100% Sorcerer's Spellbreak and Overload are both updated. The long story short of that is currently Overload damages you and Spellbreak causes exhaustion for guaranteed wild magic surges. That has now been switched, where Overload gives you potential stats of exhaustion if you fail the save. The save is actually easier to make now, and while overloaded, you potentially gain stacks of exhaustion instead of damaging yourself. So you can actually play with that mechanic more. And then if you want to try and cast spells with no mana with the Spellbreak feature, you can, and you might take damage equal to the amount of mana you tried to cast without any mana, right? So if you try and cast the first level super simple spell, you take one true damage, right, from doing it, because you're pushing it, right? And there's other things that are added to that. And wild magic surges only happen on natural 1s and natural 20s, really hitting the wild magic taste of it, not being too much wild magic. Shocker, the dungeon coach put too much wild magic into I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I freaking love wild magic. You should have seen that coming, okay? I'm sorry. I got carried away. But now it's only natural 1s and 20s, so sorcerers are going to be in an absolutely sick place, and this guy right here at the table is playing sorcerer. In fact, I might as well go ahead and give that announcement out too. Hold up. Are goblins actually going to be green? Also, when can we play goblins? The goblins will probably be in the Ancestry Update 0.7 or something like that. Probably will be those. Or something that I just release. It might not make it into the alpha PDF because it's just such a low priority in comparison to all the other big things that we have going on. I would probably even say, like, I could even show like a goblin stat block in a stream or something. You could screenshot it and boom, there you go. There's a little leak of a goblin, right? So yeah. And then, okay. So my players at the table, for my DC20 campaign that's going to be going off, going to be kicking off next week. We have in fact, I can't say the table yet because they're all changing seats. We have a dwarf-born, giant-born monk. Ooh, let's go. They're playing like a street brawler, street fighter, pugilist type character, charisma based, and face of the party. Boom, there we go. Barrack, Ashbeard. And then we have another going around the table. We have a dark elf sorcerer coming from a shadowy dark lineage that will most likely have a shadow subclass theme for this sorcerer. And then going back around the table, we have a orc-born, giant-born, which they are calling ogre-born. An ogre-born from a Viking-style heritage barbarian. So we got ourselves a big one, a big boy. 3 might, 3 agility, 0 intelligence, -2 charisma. They're going all in on the bigness, right? That's going to be another character. And then the fourth and final character is a human... Human with a pinch of Cyborn. It's a human with a pinch of Cyborn, but it's not Cyborn, or is it Cyborn? Ooh, it's a mystery to the player. No, well, not. I guess not to me. I know what the answer is, but it's a mystery to the player. The player doesn't know where they're getting these little bit hints of psionic powers from. They can interact. Their mind is but it's interesting. It's strange, long dead ancestry that's not in existence right now. Is it Cyborn or is it something more? I don't know. Well, I know, but they don't know. They look human. They look absolutely human, but they have a little bit of weird, stranger features that they choose to hide. So they look completely human, but they're a rogue character. So yes, that is the big picture for them. Super excited for that. I'm going to be doing some campaign building live streams, probably starting next week. And yeah, lots of really fun stuff there. So stay tuned for that. I'll be doing live streams during the week like during the weekday, like during the day. I don't know what day. I'm gonna poll my patrons. I'm polling patrons this week for what day of the week I should be, because I'm gonna try and do it the same day, right? So I do live. It's not gonna be Tuesdays. It's not gonna be Tuesday. I'm not gonna live stream Tuesday and then Tuesday night. It's gonna be some other day, and it's also not gonna be Monday, because I post videos on Monday and it's the start of the week, and I need to make sure that I can post that video and not be too overwhelmed with that. So it's either going to be Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday during the day, around 10 or 11 or noonish time slot. And I'm going to be doing some campaign building, world building, lots of stuff, and you'll get some sneak peeks there, maybe about some goblin stuff. So there we go. That is it for the stream, you guys. Thank y'all so much. Oh wait, hold up. We gotta do a giveaway. We did hit the goal technically. We hit the goal technically because of the super chats from before. So if we add that back in, we did hit the 1/4 stream goal right here. So I'm giving away 2 copies of the DC20 Alpha. Bang. So everybody say what two ancestries you combine together, or what your favorite single ancestry is, or an ancestry that I maybe don't have in the game yet that you want to see. Say that is your favorite ancestry. You got to say something to be able to enter the giveaway. I'll give you all a few seconds here as I take a big sip of my sponsored by Stanley cup here. But 2 winners. I'm picking 2 winners, and they get a copy of DC20 Alpha. And there we go. My estimates for the 0.6. Right now, I'm starting the campaign. I have to do a bunch of world building, a bunch of campaign building to start this campaign, to start the live streams for it, to start filming the videos for it. I'm gonna have videos on Patreon of me playing DC20 with those people that I just talked about. So all of that has to kind of come together. But that happens next week, and then I'll be able to the campaign's up and running now. I can focus back. I can make sure I can kind of get this, keep pushing this. And I would say, if I had to guess, it's maybe the end of February. If I had to guess, maybe the end of February. If I had to just shot in the dark guess, but I'm not gonna be. I'm just shooting that out as a nice little shot in the dark there, Constructs will be released the same time as Treants, for the record. And Trent Monk has played a Treant, so he was the first one ever. Which, how fitting is that? So anyway, winner. Here comes the winner. The Dwelf. Dwelf's already official, Mark. Dwelf's already official. Hodop of the Hodopian Dynasty. Oh my gosh. Yes, mine. Ha 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 ha. That's so funny, Hodop. That's so funny, Hodop. We're playing together DC20 next week. Me and Hodop are playing DC20 together. Literally this week. So victory is yours. We will chat, and I will get you. I already know you have DC20, but if you already have DC20, your giveaway reward actually upgrades itself to a shopping spree on the website. You can go buy a whole bunch of stuff, and yeah, we'll get you hooked up there too. And maybe Hodop, then maybe I give you some sneak peeks of some of the lore of the world setting, and maybe that will be your reward, is me giving you some top secret, give you the goblin. Okay, how about that? Yeah. Message me, I'll give you the goblin, and I'll tell you where goblins come from, but you gotta promise to keep it a secret. I'll make you sign an NDA. All right, here's the next winner. Yes, Scala and Cobalt, how funny. Swordplay and Sorcery. Oops, late fee. Swordplay and Sorcery, you don't gotta pay me late fees, bro. I love that. And Swordplay and Sorcery actually is playing DC20 in his campaign, and he's using the updated attribute rules too, because I gave him a sneak peek from me and the One Shot Questers connection that I have with him. So heck yeah. Electric Shield, let's go. You said you came here with your dad. Your dad won a giveaway, and then now you want a giveaway. Electric Shield, let's go. Talk to your dad. We already worked out. Have him reach back out to me, and we'll get you hooked up and set up again. Now you can go tell him you won. That's what's up. That's so funny. A dad wins a giveaway. Their kid is in a live stream, wins it again. Wow. Serendipity. Coral says rigged. I don't know. Oh, the dad in me, the sappy dad in me, it's rigged for that reason. That's funny. That's funny. Let's go. So let's go. And I already know, and I already know the dad, so I can reach out for him as well. Yep. And there we go. We see it all. So they're still there. So there we go. Boogie woogie woogie boogie woogie. What are y'all talking about now? All right. So big update. Sorry I didn't get to answer as many questions. We will do a full-blown Q&A, questions and answer a whole bunch of stuff next live stream. Every week, same time, same place. You guys know the drill. Stay creative. I think I said the box. I'm gonna go rest my mouth, which might sound weird, but if you've been here and you know. Okay. Anyway, peace.